everybody, it is Jim with Ahh-some, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. It's December 28th, and yes, you're not seeing things wrong. I'm in North Dakota, and I'm out in my backyard in a t-shirt. It is absolutely wonderful weather. There's still some snow on the ground, but we have been in the mid to upper 30s for the better part of a week, and I'm loving it. I'm making this video today to talk about the cost of ownership of a hot tub. We're going to take some things for granted or face value. Some things I can't necessarily calculate. One of those things is your amount of electrical usage for your hot tub. I can tell you mine, and I can give you some best practices and tips to help reduce your electrical cost. But we're going to talk about ownership. Just using chemicals. I have been a chlorine guy my entire life. Always have been. Always thought I would be. Earlier in the summer, we decided to make the switch to bromine. Game changer. Complete 100% game changer. Now, again, I was chlorine. Dichlor, adding your dichlor, 1, 2, 3 times a week. Because, chlorine dissipates pretty rapidly. Even in a perfectly clean tub, chlorine dissipates pretty rapidly. So we went with bromine. And to be completely transparent, the reason we went to bromine is Ahh-some Watercare developed its own lineup of hot tub chemicals. And I had a bunch of bromine that we bought. So I decided to try it out. I've got a little floater. You might be able to see it back here. But I have a little floater right here. Right there, can you see it? Yep. And I put 3 bromine tabs into my floater, and that lasts between 3 and 4 weeks. I keep the dial set at low. Now there are some things you have to do at the beginning to make the switch over to bromine, but nonetheless, it's not that hard. So the reason I'm talking about this today is I had a conversation with a customer who called earlier today. It's the holidays, and money questions tend to come up around this time of year a little bit more often. And she was asking me, what can she do to reduce the amount of money she is spending on her hot tub? She is spending roughly $900 per year. She was on the frog system, so some of that's included in there, and then she left that just simply because it was too ungodly expensive for her. Totally fine. She is not the only one that says that. And I don't like or dislike the frog system. I think you're overspending for what you're actually getting, and you can do this significantly cheaper. So the reality here is that you can maintain a hot tub on a really good budget. So I wrote down some numbers here, and this is me, and this is my tub. So my tub is 385 gallons. For the year, and that includes purchasing 1 tube of the Ahh-some Purge gel, understanding that this tube is going to last me 4 years. So I'm just adding this in right up front, but the tube of Purge gel is $39.95, but that's 4 years. You only have to buy that once every 4 years because you're in a 400-gallon tub. So I am going to use this year 2 containers of bromine. Each one of these bromine containers holds 34 bromine tabs. I use 3 bromine tabs. Approximately, I go through about, I put 3 in the floater, and that lasts me between 3 and 4 weeks, and then I will put 3 more in. Sometimes there's a little bit of a tab still remaining at the bottom, but I will add 3 every 3 to 4 weeks, generally about 3.5. So 2 bromine tabs will get me through the year. That's going to cost me a grand total of $29.90. And yes, I sell this on our website. We sell it at retailers. But when I buy my bromine, I still actually buy it from myself as well, so I don't get it for free either. I will use 3 containers of our non-chlorine shock. Now these run $15.95 a piece, so $47.85. So $29.90 for the 2 bromines, $47.85 for my non-chlorine shock. This one container will last me about 4 months. You don't need to put a lot in. And then I will use 1 container of my calcium flakes throughout the year. I used to have extremely hard water. We put in a new softener in the house. Now it's made it super soft. So I never used hardness control or calcium flakes ever. until just a couple years ago. But one container will last me and get my water up to that 150 parts per million. And that's going to run me $9.95. And then my water tends to always have a pH, too high of a pH issue. So I will almost always use pH down. I've never used pH up or alkalinity increaser in my tub. So two things of these will be $17.90. And then, hold on, I forgot one thing. I'll be right back. Yep, this is me, always forgetful. I'm back. Wouldn't be an awesome water care video if I didn't forget something, for those of you that have watched before. And then I use our awesome weekly maintenance. So for those who have used our Aqua Clarity in the past, Aqua Clarity is being phased out. We are coming, or you're now, the option is going to be the awesome weekly maintenance. This now comes in 32-ounce bottles. It's already pre-mixed. We're going to do another video at another time as to why we are discontinuing the Aqua Clarity and just moving to the weekly maintenance. But I'm going to need 3 of these bottles. So each bottle will last me 4 months. This is already pre-mixed. Give it a shake, and you pour it in just like you did the Aqua Clarity, except this time you don't have to mix it yourself. You don't have to go find yourself a gallon jug. It's already got the child-resistant cap on it. It's literally buy it, receive it, and you can just start using it right away. So, with everything you see here, with the exception of the filter cleaner and the cover cleaner, which we'll talk about in a minute, and the purge gel, your first year is going to run you $245.50, which equates out to 67 cents per day to maintain your hot tub. Year 2, that's going to be a little bit less because now you're not buying this again. Remember, this is a one cost every 4 years on your actual purge product if you're doing 2 purges a year. If you're only doing 1 purge per year, then it's going to last you even longer. So $245.50 for your core items to maintain your hot tub with perfection, with no issues. Purging twice, doing the weekly maintenance on a weekly basis, putting in your bromine, and whatever. Now, your tub might be a little bit different. Maybe your tub needs pH increaser instead of decreaser. Fine. So just get that instead. You might not need hardness control, calcium flakes. Then that's an elimination there. You might need to use metal out. So instead of getting hardness control, you get the metal out. Totally, you can swap this out, but roughly with my program, it's still going to cost you $250 tops. Now you can add some ancillary items. A couple that, and these are not required by any stretch of the imagination, but they sure do help out maintaining your tub. We sell our awesome cover spray and shell cleaner. Fantastic product. Personally, I couldn't live without it. This is a save-all for my cover. It's a save-all for the shell when that cruddy stuff builds up. The backside of your cover when it gets moldy and mildewy. This is incredible. It cleans it completely. That's what you want. Now, additionally, we also have our filter cleaner. This is in a spray bottle as well. I just don't have the spray nozzle attached to it. The spray nozzle comes separate from that. It comes with the price, but you can put the spray bottle or the spray nozzle on there. So, and this is a great filter cleaner. You do it once a month. Spray down your filter cartridges, let them sit for 15 minutes, and you're good. Those 2 products combined is going to run you another $45. So even with those 2 products, you're still under $300 for the entire year. The caveat to this is if you choose to use chlorine instead of bromine, again, completely fine. With a clean tub, you should not be putting in a ton of dichlorochlorine. You should never use trichlor. You can use dichlor granulars. You can even use liquid Clorox bleach. Totally fine. Has no cyanuric acid in it. I did it for years. Thousands of others have done it for years as well. You can still use dichlor. And your cost, if you're using chlorine, your cost is going to be a little bit higher simply because you will need to use a little bit more of the chlorine than you do the bromine tubs. But you're still going to be, even with chlorine, I'd have to run the numbers, but I would say you're still going to be at $350 or less for the entire year. So questions that are always coming up is, why am I spending so much money on this? Well, to be fair, sometimes you're buying stuff that you don't need. Sometimes you're buying stuff that are just sold to you. because people tell you that you need it, when in reality you really don't. Like foam away. I've got a bottle of foam away. I've had the same bottle of foam away for probably 10 years. I hardly ever use foam away. In fact, I can't remember the last time I used foam away. I've got it. It's probably bad by now, but it's been sitting in a controlled environment. So that's your chemical upkeep. Now, of course, you can get yourself a Taylor test kit that we sell as well that are fantastic. The K1005 or the K2005. Both of them are great. Yep, it's a one-time cost, but that Taylor test kit's going to last you for years. So just using the chemicals alone, though, you're looking at just using this setup here minus the filter spray and the cover spray. You're looking at $245.50, so 67 cents a day. Now, I told you also that I was going to talk to you a little bit about how you can possibly reduce some of your electrical usage or how much it costs. So running our tub over the years has probably increased our electric bill by about 10%. Now, one of the things that we do pretty religiously, number one, we always ensure that our cover is in good shape. It seals right, that prevents heat from leaking out. And if you've got heat that's trapped in there, your pumps aren't working so much, your heater doesn't have to work so hard, so you're trapping that environment and you don't have to, it's not trying to continually heat the water. So one, make sure you've got a good cover. Two, try to be consistent with your temperature. If you're going from 104 to 90 to 95 back to 104, you bring the temperature down, and then an hour before you go in the tub, you're bringing the temperature back up. It's going to cost you more money in the long run. Keep your temperature consistent. Really, those are the two big things that you can do. And again, I can't sit here and say what your particular situation is, but having a good, solid, reliable cover and keeping your temperature consistent seem to be two pretty good ways to help keep your cost of electricity down just a little bit. That's about all I got. The video ended up going a little bit longer. We're a little over 12 minutes. My apologies for that. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. All of our contact information will be at the end of the video. Like always, email, call, text, use our chat feature. The chat feature is one of those that I don't hit all the time. I'm not at my desk all the time. I get the messages and I respond when I can on there. You're better off to call, text, or email. That is really the better ways to get a hold of us. All of us at Ahh-some Watercare hope that all of you have had a great holiday season with whatever holiday you choose to celebrate. We hope that all of you have a healthy and prosperous 2025. We'll be here to help you out every step of the way that we can. Feel free to reach out anytime you want. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk again soon.